because the reality of the situation has changed in the workplace. And there are no indications that we're going back to the same old practice of going to work in LA because you live in LA, or going to work in Beijing, China because you live in Beijing, China. Because the reality of the situation changed in the workplace. So I'm going to, sorry for that echo, I'm going to continue right now into a session we've just had. And I need everyone, without exception, to share this with any friends they may have that have doubts about whether or not there is any limitation in you exceeding all expectation. Is it true that you in rural Africa, you in urban Japan, you in wherever location you're in, can tap into this and earn a 6-figure sum? I just, oh, that's a nice idea. No, sorry, it's no longer an idea. It's a reality. It's absolutely no idea at all. It's something all of us, without exception, can benefit from. So I just want all of us to make sure that you go share this with your group and make sure that they understand the new reality of work as we join a special Zoom call now that has most people in attendance from all 5 continents that we know, dedicated to how to empower. I'm just going to go straight to the room now. Okay, no knows about math. Today, I have individuals that joined me earlier today from the great city of Washington, D.C., for us to have a meeting about this 9/11 celebration. I sat in the comfort of my room at home, and I joined elected senators and members of Congress to plan the anniversary of 9/11. Ladies and gentlemen, we use a tool called Zoom. I know some of you are familiar with Zoom. Others are familiar with Google Meet. Others are now familiar with what Microsoft calls Microsoft Teams. This alone has redefined the boundaries, all known boundaries. This alone has now shown that you can sit in the comfort of your house in Accra, Ghana. I was in a meeting 2 days ago with a gentleman that lives in India. India. I'm saying that again. A totally different continent. And this gentleman goes to work every day in Germany, Düsseldorf. And I will share all of this with you that are keen on listening to what we are saying today and applying it. This is not a lecture. In lectures, you go there with a pen and a pad, and then you take notes so that you can remember to regurgitate it in an exam. So your lecture is knowledge-based, is content-based. But this interaction we're having today is cash-based. You're going to take this knowledge, you're going to apply it in a new way, and at the end of it, you're going to get cash. This is knowledge-based economy. It is not the certificates you hang on the wall. No, 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 no. I know some of you are very, very educated. That's fine. We're happy for that. But what COVID has demonstrated means that we've got to take the contents that we got from the certificate and directly apply it for the good of humanity in another location. Please write this down. This is what we are talking about today. Using the power of STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, to make your skills available to another group of people that need it 6,000 miles away, 5,000 miles away. You cannot depend on your local economy. No. No, 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 no. We did that and we had enough time to do that. The past generation, our parents and our grandparents had all that they required to work locally and live locally. And some of them died locally. Today, we are going to demonstrate to everybody on this call why you may be local, but your economy is global. You probably thought I was just making a broad promise. So if you are on this call, please, I need you to put it down now under comments exactly where you are joining this call from. Thank you, Akagrana. Thank you, Frederick. And I need you using one app on your phone. One app on your phone. You will be able to read the newspapers published in Los Angeles. One app on your phone. You will be able to read the newspaper. And if you annoy me, if you provoke me, based on your comments, we will do a live demo how you can read the newspapers that the Queen of England is going to read tomorrow morning from where you logged in from, Accra, Ghana, or where you logged in from, LA, or those of you that logged in from Washington. It is no longer possible for you to live a local life and work in a local economy. Sorry. Sorry. The paradigm has shifted. Because some of you are listening to me now via your cell phone. And they told you it was a cell phone because the person that sold it to you does not understand the power of that device in your hands. And so you are walking about pretending that what you have in your hands is a cell phone. When I know that a mentee of me, a young man, a teenager, if we have time, I'll show you and I'll give you the link so that you go and verify everything I'm telling you, go and verify. A teenager used the power of STEM as a high school student and made 7 figures, $30 million, ladies and gentlemen. And that young man was with us, where? In London. And where did he make this money? You guess. Across the Atlantic, in the US. So I'm not trying to tell you a theory. This is why I say I hate the word lecture. I prefer the word interaction. Because I need you to do some things with your phone. It's about time you made money with that phone. Instead of just using the phone as a toy. So I would, now that we're all in, I would like us to confirm, those of you that are on this call, please make sure you confirm where you are from. And Joy, are you free to be able to do a formal introduction now? Because I know that it's Empower that is hosting it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and make the introduction.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just like yes in the chat, please.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you so very much. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Welcome. We're glad to have you all here this evening for this amazing event. My name is Joy Oke, and I'm the founder of Mothers of Flame Event Group. I'll quickly just tell you about the group, then we pray, and then we introduce properly. Then we go into the business of today. Now, Mothers of Flame is a group created for women with the understanding that when women band together, without envy, jealousy, or strife, we can impact our own communities and the world at large to the glory of God. We believe that every woman has something to offer, and irrespective of where you are in life, you can make a difference. We have created an atmosphere that allows everyone to be themselves without fear of change, and we see the pain of one as the pain of all. We also place a block on our group. We are led by the scripture in Hebrews 10:24, which says, "And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works." That is all about Mothers of Flame. Before we go further, we are a Christian-based, Christ-based group. For that reason, we cannot go any further from here without honoring Almighty God. I would like to bring this session with us. So I would like to call on Susan to give us the opening prayers, then we'll take it from there. Thank you so very much.
Father, we just want to say thank you for this opportunity to gather. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can all hear you. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to gather and to learn something. We thank you for Prop's availability. We thank you that we're all alive to listen to new opportunities. We pray, Lord, that as we listen and as we learn, that you open our hearts to get every good thing that we've prepared. In Jesus' mighty name.
Amen. Amen. Thank you.
And thank you so very much, Susan. She will be moderating up when it's time for question and answer. So please, when it's time for Prop said it's time for question and answers, please drop your questions in the chat section, and she will present the question to Prop, and then we'll take it from there. So we have this session now to the man of the hour, because I know a lot of people might not know who Prop is. Someone not so sure. Who is this great man? Why are we all here? He is the reason we are here, and I would like to tell you who Professor Chris Imakidon is. He is here with us all the way from the United Kingdom, and it's a privilege to have him in our midst. Professor Chris Imakidon is a multi-billion world record holder, award-winning consultant to president, monarchs, and corporate leaders, head of Britain's Brainiac Family, Wall Street Journal best-selling author, and mentor to New York Times bestsellers, mentor to Silicon Valley multi-tech millionaires, the president of Excellence in Education London. Excellence in Education is powering this event. So thank you very much, sir. An institution that has produced record-breaking students who are doing amazing things in the world of science, tech, and business. Christ Jesus, and I must say, gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, I want to see the welcome of the chat and let's welcome God. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for your kind and generous introduction. I want to make it clear that it's not about me. It's more about the individuals that are keen on changing the narratives about their lives. As I was saying earlier, I was in a reception in Europe, and somebody walked up to me because they read about the Guinness records we've had, and he wanted to find out from me, this was a teenager, how can he improve his educational journey swiftly? How can he top the class? How can he understand the fundamentals of logic as taught in mathematics? And I just laughed because I was wondering why he would ask me such questions. But cutting a long story short, he applied the mathematical logic and wrote one app. The app, all the app does is summarize passages. The app is able to summarize passages on websites and therefore reduce the time most people will spend in reading it, called summary. And this 17-year-old's app sold for $30 million. Up to now, I have never seen, it's never entered my imagination that a high school kid whose father is not a millionaire, listen to this, whose mother is not a millionaire, can turn around and apply the knowledge in the basics. Just imagine what a high school kid knows about maths to be able to solve that problem of people that find it difficult to read. We run a speed reading course that can make you complete a 400-page book in a matter of hours. Not days, in a matter of hours. So that concept was now applied to this app, and this app captures the essence of what you want to read. And you say, oh, is it everybody that can do it? Of course. That what happened then inspired other students, and these students have now gone on to develop, listen to this, an app that sits on my Zoom call now. I have an app sitting on this Zoom call. And that app can attend 60 Zoom meetings at the same time. So during the pandemic, I did not miss one single Zoom meeting. You know why? That app is able to attend meetings on my behalf. This is a different student. One is Nick, the other one is Sam. So today, you don't really need a resume or a CV to be able to land a high-tech job. You don't. That belongs to our great-grandfathers who had to write their resume and had to print out 7 copies because 7 members are going to be on the panel. No, you don't need that. For you to get a 6-figure job today, and I'm still telling you now, it's not dependent on your traditional way of thinking. Because COVID has shifted the collective consciousness of humanity. COVID made all of us stay in our houses for months on end, and we endured that thing called lockdown. So people had to be made to work from the comfort of their homes. You say, oh, what does that mean? It means offices had to ship laptops to their staff. The government distributed more devices. You say, what does that mean? It means that those devices had to be secured. So the computer industry is looking for cyber security practitioners now. Because after lockdown, most of the workers in Europe, in the US, in Japan, are now used to hybrid working. So 2 days at work physically, 3 days off work, working from home. So working from home is no longer called working from home. It's just called, it's now a second nature to all of us. So this has exposed the vacancy, and we now have 90 million new tech unfilled vacancies. This is a global crisis. And that is why recruiters can no longer recruit to fill the gaps. You know what they've done? They're now ready to outsource the hard to fill jobs to different continents. Because after all, during COVID, people were able to work from home. So I have a young man that lives about an hour drive from Lagos, Nigeria, who works every day in Beijing. I have another lady that is about 45 minutes from Nairobi, Kenya, and she has to go to work every day in the Japanese stock market. So your location is no longer important if you understand the tools you have in your hand. And the single biggest tool you have in your hand is that thing called cell phone. Because you can download apps on it and be able to use the username and the password given to you and interact with computers 7,000 miles away. And report for work in Houston, Texas, when you live in Accra, Ghana. You physically live in Accra, Ghana, you report for work in Houston, Texas every single day. Why? Because of that app on your phone. Why? Your local economy cannot hold you back. Why? Because you have an internet connection. And that's what we're here for today. And we're going to show you, I'm just advancing my slide now, for those of you that are making notes, that your skills does not need to be in technology. You don't have to have a degree in computer science. If you have a degree in computer science, that's great, that's fine. But we don't have enough computer scientists. And if every single university in the United States, all 4,923 different universities and college awarding institutions in the USA, if all they did was produce computer scientists, that means they cancel law, they cancel pharmacy, they cancel literature, they cancel engineering, they cancel classic, and all they taught in classes was just computer science, we will still be deficit, even if they did that for 3 years. So now you can see the need. They said necessity is the mother of invention. So the need for tech workers is what is driving the salary increase. Because most of our parents worked all their lives and none of them were able to climb. They retired as directors, others retired as chairman. None of them were able to climb up to this six-figure sum we're talking about today. So some people think it's theoretical. Of course, it's not theoretical. Of course, we had people last week, cloud architects. Of course, it's not theoretical. We have people in Chicago right now, and there are still big vacancies in the Chicago market. We have people in New York. There are massive vacancies in the New York market, in the California market. These three different locations are the highest paying venues because of the sheer shortage of skilled manpower. So you see, it is not what you know, it's your understanding of the job market. It's not because you did what is most difficult in the university. It's what does the market demand of you today? And if you can answer that, then you know that this is not a theoretical discussion. All of us on this call, all of us have passed the initial test. This initial test, can you use your cell phone? Can you use your tablet? Can you use your laptop? He said, yes. Number two, can you connect with your cell phone, your laptop, or your desktop to an international server? Everybody here will take that as yes. Now, if you can do this, it therefore means you can manage the medical database of the Central Hospital in Houston. It means you can work as a UCLA clinical informatist in California. Because there are people in Bangalore, India, right now, not yesterday, right now, that are working and checking all the patients that have been booked to see the doctors on Monday and validating their insurance. And at the end, they take it, and they make a note on it, and it goes back to the cloud, and that is seen by the doctor in UCLA. So it's not my imagination, it's today's reality, facilitated by that thing called COVID. Because COVID forced all of us to rethink and review. So I want you to please type in there right now. I want to go into the chat box because this is an interactive section. I want to go to the chat box and type in 2 things that you gain from what I just said about location-based work. 2 things you got. Please type it in the chat box. If you can type that in the chat box, you're my great friend. And like I said, interactivity brings money. Interactivity will give you money. So here is a quick slide I was going to share with you of students that we now have. So if you're a teacher and you teach any skill or you teach any knowledge, you can reside in your locality and teach these kids that you can see now have been on Zoom for the past 2 years. All their education extra support was, some people say, Timmy-fives. I need you to go check it now. They were taught by teachers that were remote, right? We have a school in London and we have students from Atlanta, Georgia. Hey, this is not a joke. Now, they leave their school and they do everything in Atlanta, but they come to school in London, thanks to the power of technology. So if you have any knowledge, you can run a virtual school right now. And so have currencies paid in another economic zone to you. This is not something you hope for. This is not something you pray for. This is something you download an app for. Anyone that can download an app can speak to an app. Anyone that can download an app can press the video on the app. And your students that are miles away can start interacting with you. And then you will be a lecturer in South Africa without necessarily stepping out of your room in Sierra Leone. So you can convey the knowledge you have. And they are now called e-schools. We have students from San Francisco that are attending schools in India. So really, yes. There are not enough mathematics and science teachers in California. By the way, there are not enough scientists and mathematics teachers in Birmingham, England. So I'm giving you, this is a matter of fact. So if you are interested in deploying your skills, I need you to type in STEM jobs, not hashtag STEM jobs in the comment section if you're listening to us on Facebook. If you are on Clubhouse, I need you right now to go to the room chat and type in hashtag STEM jobs. That is STEM JOBS. If you're an entrepreneur, type in STEM Biz, B-I-Z, STEM and then Biz. If you are on Twitter, thank you for those of you on Twitter, you're interactive. Just go to the comment section now, right now, and just type in STEM, then jobs. If you can do that, we are going to send you a link later to tell you exactly how you want to take this forward. Because we don't have enough manpower to do what we want to do. That is the truth. We do not have enough. If we had enough manpower, we will not bother anybody. Microsoft now has a specific program that goes to individual universities. You won't believe this. In Africa, they go to individual universities in Africa and recruit students in their second or third year. It's Shatima. Yes, thank you. There's a technical name for it. It's Shatima. So you don't need to do your compulsory national service. Microsoft hires you before you complete your compulsory national service, before you even start. I have students that were in local African universities that were hired in their penultimate year or their final year, and as soon as they finish their exam, they were off to Vancouver. Yes, I'm telling you this. They did not even wait for their graduation ceremony. They got the job, they went, they reported after they finished 2 or 3 months of working before they came back for their graduation. Let alone tell them about what's so-called national service. No. This is how hungry the tech industry is for talent. So all you need to do is understand the talent that you have, the skills that you have, and then that is matched to the market demands of today. Remember, it's today. We're not talking about yesterday. Yesterday, they told you have to have a master's in this. Oh, sorry, you have to have a bachelor's in this. Oh, you have to have a diploma in this. No. We are providing the training needed, provided you have these transferable skills. I'm going to list the transferable skills that you require to be able to transition. I have a young lady, she studied English language. Today, she is a certified Oracle developer. Let me say this slowly. She read English in the university and graduated with an English degree. Yes, you heard me right. But do you know what? She is not using her degree because she got poached by the tech company. And if I mention their name, you know who they are. Google. If I mention their name, you know who they are. Amazon. If I mention their name, you know who they are. YouTube. And she is working as a tech consultant now after some years of Oracle development. So I hope you hear what I'm saying, and I hope you understand what I've just said now, because it's no longer in my hands to do anything for anybody. The reality has moved on. And if you are on the Zoom call, you will have seen the slides I've just shared now. If you are not on the Zoom call, if you are on Twitter Spaces, Clubhouse, you need to know that there is a pie chart regarding how you get paid. This is not taught in school. What they teach you in school is only 10% of what you need for success. And you can see in this pie chart. The P there is the performance. How well do you do your job? That contributes only 10% to the success that you have in today's world. Only 10%. What's the other two? 30% is your image. I do not like people putting in funny photographs about themselves on Facebook or Instagram because they think it's entertainment. No, please, all those platforms are no longer for entertainment. They are what? They are projecting the image of who you are as a serious-minded practitioner that is ready to do good for the world. So after today, please, you have to do something about the image you have on LinkedIn. Or especially if anybody here is on LinkedIn, please, you need to do that immediately. It's going to be a professional photograph. Take a health shot as if you're going to an interview or you just completed an interview and upload the image. And then the 60% of it is exposure. I know my students never ever ask for jobs. They don't apply for jobs and beg to apply and promise to be of good behavior. No. We have headhunters pursuing my students before they graduate because there are some things I tell them to do after the very first semester or term. Every single time, this worked every single time. The headhunters come for you. That means you do not even know the company exists. You don't know there's a vacancy, but you optimize your presence and you maximize your exposure with one app on your cell phone, another app, completely different from the ones I mentioned earlier. So people who are CEOs of companies, people who are deputy directors of operations, people who are heads of departments, they come after you, not after your friends that knows better than you. Please, are you able to put that down? They are not looking for your friends that know better than you because they don't have any way of knowing whether your friend knows better than you or whether your friend graduated first class. Somebody was asking me, oh, if I get a first class, will I get a job? I said, really? You asking me? I'm a professor. Every year, I want first class or second class or third class. That piece of paper makes so much meaning to me in the classroom. Because once you're outside the classroom, I don't ask you whether you get first, second, or third class. We don't ask you whether you graduated summa cum laude or magna cum laude. We ask you what skills you have in terms of collaborating. Are you a team player? That's what we're looking for right now. The industry is looking for team players. Do you collaborate? That's the first C, collaboration. Can you communicate? Communication. That means you listen when someone is giving you instruction and you are able to also give your junior ones instructions, clear instructions. We hired some programmers in the past and they were very weak at communicating with human beings. That's not good. You can't build a program without being able to interact with the user. So the easiest thing I'm trying to make you aware of is essentially what will give you a six-figure job. Are you curious? Do you ask questions to find out how to bring innovation to being? So cooperation, collaboration, communication, curiosity, and creativity. Please write that 5 down. If you're on this call, write it down because I don't want you to just memorize it. I want you to develop these skills. If you develop these skills, you will be headhunted. That means you don't have to ask for anybody. You don't need to say, I beg to apply and I promise to be of good behavior. You don't write that nonsense. That died before COVID. That ended with the sea of COVID. The new dispensation we are in I have a 20-year-old. I think he just turned 21 now. 20-year-old. That's a 6-figure earner. Ladies and gentlemen, 20 years old. So some of you say, I'm too old. Others say, I'm too young. I don't understand that. What will a 20-year-old know that you cannot go and acquire? 6-figure. We have an all-day teaching. During this all day, you hear from them directly. You're not just hearing of them, you hear from them. I have a gentleman that can barely speak English. Six figures out of Houston, Texas. So this is not a presentation. This is real life that we are discussing now. Why am I so confident that any person that's been to high school and has up to 5 fingers, you don't need 10 fingers, 5 fingers to press. The slide that you are seeing now, or those of you that are on Zoom, you're seeing the slide, and those of you on Facebook, please, can you go straight now to your comment section and type the 5 C's I said were transferable skills that you need to develop, because the world has changed. Look at what's changing the world. Is this thing called broadband. Look at what's changing the world. Is what they call 4G, 5G, 3G, any G. Look at what's happening now. Just look at that. Can you see the distribution of 5G in Africa? Every single country in Africa right now is wired up. This is the reason why big companies have now gone there. Before, if we were going to travel from Lagos to London, it would take you 6 weeks. That was 1903. 6 weeks by ship. After World War II, it took 6 hours to travel from the same distance. What changed? The technology. What changed? The tool. What changed? The technique. Because in 902 and 903, we're using steam engine. And you have to go by water. But after the World War II, you could use the jet engine and fly, and therefore go by air. And now we have Concorde that can even do it at half the time. Ladies and gentlemen, don't get excited, because the new testing that we've just done, that we've just completed as humans, you can make that same journey between London and New York, or between London and Lagos for 15 traveling minutes, 15 minutes. The whole journey, takeoff and landing, extends it to 45 minutes. So in 45 minutes, you'll be there, because we are in a new generation. So is this Wi-Fi? This is the why the youths of Africa have a higher tele density than anywhere in the world. Because they call the cell phone, and the power of the cell phone. The cell phone in your hand right now, the one you're holding right now, the one you're using to listen to this program, that same cell phone is 194 times more powerful than the entire NASA computer that put a man on the moon for Apollo 11. So can you see, the tech company knows the power of your cell phone, and they want to use it to tap into your talent to build their businesses. But you don't know. You thought it's a cell phone. You just make calls, return calls, and share viral videos. Why would you be showing the photograph of a cat and a dog scratching a wall? What good is that to you? When you can move files, when you can be a copy editor for a newspaper, you can be a specific accounting assistant for a CPA that is based in Chicago. And yet live in the comfort of a rural area in Africa. Why? Because of this 5G. This 5G is everywhere now. Because they want to improve the communication. So I don't want to take any more of your time. But let me move now to the case studies. Because I need you to see the case studies. I need you to know people that have been guided and they follow the instructions. And they put notifications on specific apps. And that app tells them exactly what's happening next. So, and I'm going to give you one free app now. Now download this app. If you are on, if you are not on the Zoom, thank you for all of you on the Zoom. Thank you for how you are interacting with the questions. And thank you for your responses. Like I said, the most responsive person is going to walk away with something significant. So if you're on the Zoom, you will have seen a collection of cell phones now. I need you to go to your cell phone and type in Flight Radar 24. If you are in Clubhouse, I need you to go right now. Type flight, as in aeroplane flying, flight, F-L-I-G-H-T, radar, R-A-D-A-R 24. I need you to do that, please, if you're on Twitter Spaces as well. Flight Radar 24. Because with that on your phone is now transformed to be an air traffic monitor. Right now, I need all of you to hold your cell phone and type in right now. Please type in. I don't want you to be silent. Silent no more. You need to know what's happening right now. Silent no more. You need to be really, really active and do what I've asked you to do. Flight Radar 24. I'm going to give that to you as a present for hanging on to discussion for this long. Flight Radar 24. For 24 hours of the day, you can now control every aircraft that is landing in Washington, in Lagos, in Lusaka, in Beijing, in Japan. This is just one app. I need to demonstrate this. If I don't demonstrate this, I'll feel very bad. That you came and you heard and you didn't do anything. I'll feel very bad. I need you to go right now. Type in Flight Radar, all one word, 24. And see how next time you drop somebody off at an airport, you can monitor that aircraft from takeoff to landing, from any airport, anywhere on planet Earth, with your cell phone, not mine. If it was mine, you say, oh, yours is special, oh, I probably bought the most expensive one. No. Even if you have the cheapest cell phone, you can be a flight. That's the reason why they tell you most times when you enter the aircraft, they say switch off your mobile phone. It's not because they want you to be courteous, it's because your mobile phone is too powerful for you to understand. If you understand the power of it, you'll be able to take care of the aircraft. Because the navigational system of the aircraft is something that is below you. So I need all of you, without exception, just go there, type in. I want you to type that in. And see this gift that I'm giving to you, and see whether you won't come back and thank me for it. Thank you for those that are interactive on Spaces. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. I need you to go now and type that in. Type in. Flight Radar 24. Flight Radar 24. Thank you, team, cooperation, collaboration, communication, curiosity, and creativity. Thank you. That is why they will hire you. They're not going to hire you because you were nice to your professor. They're not going to hire you because you listened to your professor. They're not going to hire you because your professor gave you a first class. Great as that might seem. The only reason why they're going to hire you is because you have the skills that the industry wants you to have, and the skills, not knowledge. The knowledge is supposed to gravitate towards skills. And that's what gives you the 6 figures, not your age. You can be 90 years old and you'll be on 5 figures, not your age. Not your age. If you're in this class and you're not interactive, please, you must not waste your time. You must not waste your time, because we are coming and we are doing a whole day training. How you, as an individual, are going to look at your achievements, attainments, and accomplishments. 3 of them. What have you attained? Number 1. What have you accomplished? And what have you achieved? And at the end of the day, you're going to walk away with jobs, not 1. I'm not interested in you getting 1 job. That's silly. You must get 3, 4 jobs and then decide which one to go for. Why? Because the jobs are there. They need to be filled. It's not because I like you. It's because your skill is in demand. Your skill of wanting to learn all the time. Your skill of understanding that the tools you're using now is obsolete by tomorrow. So you got to get a new version of the software you're using. The skills we are using now is obsolete by tomorrow. The rate of obsolescence is incredible. If you understand this and you move with this mentality, the good book says, renew your mind. Renew your mind. Renew your mind. Renew your mind. You don't have any excuse. Are you an excusiologist that's looking for reasons not to do things? Renew your mind. If you're able to renew your mind, then you know that you cannot be a pauper, because you were not designed to be that way, by the way. Now I have given you my QR code. I don't give out business cards. I'm showing you right now my QR code. It gives you my name. It gives you my accolade, the ones that my board member says is best for the world. The father will hit Guinness record several times. Those of you on Zoom will have seen it, and those of you on Facebook Live will have seen that as well. If you're on Facebook Live, you've seen it. I don't need to give you my business card. If as a 6-figure earner, you don't need to give anybody your business card. You give them a QR code. You don't need to pay for this QR code. There's an app on your phone that you can download now that gives you your QR code. So don't print business cards. I'm trying to take you away from the Old Testament. So you show this card that I'm showing to you right now. This card that I'm showing to you right now, if you give it to anybody, they will wave their phone across it, and your entire details will appear on their phone, and you can save it. Let me just say this slowly. The QR card that you are seeing right now on my slide has my name, has my photograph on top, has 2 sentences about me, and then a QR code is there. With that QR code, if you just wave your phone over it, it captures all my details. This is the reason why I don't need to print my CV. It gives you my website. It gives you my comments yesterday. It shows you if I have a program that is coming up. This QR code. And I didn't do anything about it. And the worst of all, I didn't even buy it. The cost, ladies and gentlemen, is FREE. It's free. So this is one of the blessings if you really want to play at the highest possible level. And I don't see why you should play at the low level. The only reason why COVID didn't take me away was because I had this assignment to complete. There were people that were older than me that got carried away by COVID. There are people taller than me, they got carried away. People more brilliant than me, they got carried away. The reason why I'm still on planet Earth is to share these divine truths with you that will determine your destiny. You are a multi-millionaire in dollars. You were born a multi-millionaire in dollars. That's why you still have that thing beating under your chest. That's why you still have life in you. You are a multi-millionaire. I have a 6-year-old. A 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That published their experience in a book, became a best-selling author, and speaks about the book. 6-year-old, multi-millionaire. So please don't you quit play. Don't you play small where I am. So if you're going to join our coaching or you're going to join our mentoring program, I'm going to let you, we're going to select those that are committed because we're going to give you assignment. We're going to give you to do things. And once you do it, we will guarantee you, we are not asking you to write an exam. We're asking you to develop a skill. And we'll guarantee you a 6-figure job, irrespective of what passport you carry. Because somebody was asking me, really? I'm Ugandan. So what? So what? I'm Tanzania. So what? I'm Gambian. So what? It is not the passport you carry. It is the anointing you carry. It is the talent you carry. It is the gift you carry. And don't you tell me you don't have any gift. You're telling me the rubbish that your teacher told you and the nonsense that the certificate is telling me. You have a piece of paper called certificate. I never mentioned that here. I said 6 skills. I never mentioned your certificate. Whatever your certificate says is none of your business. You can go back and do something better if you think your certificate is your liability. I'm not talking to you. I'm an academic. So I know what I'm talking about. I want to make sure that tasks get done. When you're writing an exam, that's a different thing altogether. That's a different activity. So you're going to QR code because you have an app on your phone that you're going to work now. It's always been there. You didn't download it. It was on the App Store. You didn't download it. Today, you're going to download it. Because we're asking Moses, hello, Moses. Moses, what is that in your hand? The story I'm telling you now, if you're a Muslim, you know the story. It's in the Quran. If you're a Jew, you know the story is in the Torah. If you're a Christian, you know the story. It's in the Bible. They were asking Moses, hello, what is that in your hand? The maker was asking, what is that in your hand? He said, is a staff. I use it for shepherding. Say, really? You're not going to reuse it, you're going to recycle it. Drop it. He downloaded it and he picked it up. So what I'm trying to tell you today, we are going to go back and download the fresh truths about you. That thing that is in your hand that you call cell phone, that thing that is in your hand that you call tablet, that thing that is in your hand that you call pen, whatever is in your hand, you got to drop it and then pick it up again, and it will assume a new functionality based on the knowledge you have. You have a new revelation of what that rock can do, and then you're going to take it to Pharaoh to let my people go out of poverty. You're going to take it to Pharaoh to let my people go out of ignorance. You're going to take it to Pharaoh to let you go and get your 6-figure job. You're going to take it to Pharaoh to let you go and start your 7-figure business. Because you that is here today, you can start a training program in 72 hours. Why? Because you have Facebook Live. Why? Because you have what is called Reels on Instagram. You don't have to be technical. You just have to be logical. Please write that down. You don't have to be technical. Because you are not technical when it comes to driving cars, are you? No. You just have the ignition. You turn it on. and the car starts going. You don't have a degree in automobile engineering. I am your ignition key. I came to turn on the power that was latent in you. You need to understand that now. You can see the slide that you're seeing now. This is a slide that CNN pulls up and BBC pulls up and makes all sorts of allegations and say, oh, he is special. No, I am not any more special than the 99 of you that are hooked up now, or the 72 that are on this other platform, or the 19 that is on the platform. Look, I am not any smarter than you. My desire is for you to be smarter than me, to accomplish more than me. Because the teacher has to empower his students so that his students are greater than him. If not, what's the point of teaching? Replicating yourself? No. No, sir. I'm not here to reproduce myself. I'm going to reproduce he that is better than me. Because you are what? Sitting on my shoulders. Therefore, you see farther. You have a longer vision. Therefore, you do more. You have the benefit of my experience. Because to whom much is given, much more is expected. This generation, so much has been given to us. And all we do is forward funny videos. All we do is look at naked women. There's more pornography and filth instead of you doing things that will help you. Why will anybody be poor in this generation when there's so much wealth? And we've done the calculations. If all the money on planet Earth today was divided by the number of us alive, we will see end up individually as multimillionaires. Hello? Did you hear that? The money we have in the bank today, right? Add all of them together and divided by the number of humans on planet Earth, all of us will still have enough money to be multi-millionaires in dollars. So stop making excuses. Stop studying excuses. Forgive me. Stop telling me it's because it's your zip code, or your postcode, or your neighborhood, or where you were born, or your name, or your color, or your height, or your gender. Those are excuses. You are an excusiologist. You're just looking for excuses. Because when you press download on your computer downloads. So why would you hold on to that funny feeling that you are a nobody? Who told you that? The American Constitution says that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all of us are created equal. All of us are created equal. And each of us is endowed by their creator. This is not a religious text I just quoted now. This is the American Constitution. This is not new. It was written on the 4th of July, 1776. Over 200 years ago. That's why I'm showing you this slide. Can you see the slide I'm showing you? The great lockdown. How it accelerated digitalization. What COVID brought as evil that took away our sisters, our friends, and our loved ones. This is the benefit of it. Can you see? In 2020, look at this. Please, I need all of you to look at this. In 2020, we had only 4 million job vacancies in the digital world. When COVID came, look at what happened now. 2022, 2023, we have 90 million job vacancies. In 2024, we are going to have unfillable gaps, 127 million jobs. We cannot fill them. When I told you, if all the universities in Africa, Asia, and America, North America, if all of them produce only computer scientists, they will not be able to give us the 6 million cyber security professionals we need. You can capture the screen, I don't care. This is a survey that was done. By the year 2025, it'll be 119 million. We will not have enough. We need 1 million people to work in privacy and trust because of e-banking. You've heard about e-banking. Before COVID, you had to go to the bank. Now, they showed us how to use the app to transfer money, to pay money, and do everything on money. All of us were forced to use the app. All of us. 2, look at that, 20 million data analysts, machine learning, and AI experts needed. 23 million cloud and data roles, and 98 million software developers. That's what the world needs. I don't know where we're going to get this from. And I'm not going to subscribe to the foolishness of Japan, because Japan as a nation, instead of turning their demographics around, they want to make robots and see whether robots can do this job. And the robots are following on their faces every day. There's a limit to what robot can do and what robot cannot do. So I have given you the breakdown of figures. I didn't just dream them up. 1 million privacy and trust, 6 million cyber security, 20 million data analysis, machine learning and AI, and then 23 million cloud and data roles, and then 98 software developments. That's what we need. This is the size of the headache. This is the problem we are all fighting. If you know anyone that is broke, if you know anyone right now that is unemployed, would you please type straight in the chat box, STEM jobs or hashtag STEM jobs, and share this with them. This is going to, thanks to Jack Dorsey, everything I'm saying right now is going to be on Twitter Spaces as audio. Everything I'm saying now, thanks to Zuckerberg, is going to be available on my Facebook page as evidence against your poverty, as evidence to say that the Jordan is worth crossing, as evidence to say that your economic deliverance has hit your head and gone straight to your toe and send it back again to your head, because there's nobody you know that you're not going to sit down and explain this experience to. Nobody. And don't you beg anybody for an American visa. Please don't. Don't you ever beg anybody for American visa. Please don't. Don't beg for Canadian. Please don't. Do not beg for anybody's visa. Because this is your visa. Your knowledge locks down every single thing. And now you're fortunate to be privy to this information. You're going to do something about it. And change your environment. And change your thinking and move things forward. Here is a letter that was sent to me for the African Investment Forum in London. This was pre-COVID. The truth of it is that 19 different nations in Africa are now pumping their talents into Düsseldorf, Warsaw, Atlanta, Johannesburg, Accra, Nairobi, Dubai, Brussels, Lagos, and Abuja. Look at it there. That's a letter. This is a confidential letter. I'm just giving this to you. I'm sharing this with you. They wrote to me in my capacity as a government advisor. But I'm sharing this with you because I really cannot stand this hypocrisy anymore, where they say, oh, because you studied literature, oh, because you studied history, oh, because you studied geography. So what? So what? We do not have the skills anywhere else. Can you see the slide right now? It's giving us the demographics of sub-Saharan Africa. Look at there, the average age of Africa is 18 years. We have teenagers in Africa. The average age of Europe, look at it, is 42 years. The average age, look at this very carefully. In Japan, look at what's happening. So the truth is now self-evident to us that the world will always go to where the youth is. We know why? The youth, they are digital natives. They are digital natives. Your 6-year-old did not need the PowerPoint slides that I'm taking you through now to learn how to change your wallpaper on your phone. They took it, they explored, they experimented, they were curious. That's what I want you to do. Before I pull down my slide, I just want to thank you. I arrived from Nigeria, but my post can be read everywhere in the world. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Did you see what that just said? This individual is in Africa, rise in Africa. But the books are available globally. And therefore, the currency, the local currency, is no longer the determinant of your economic position. Forex doesn't affect you because you have moved above your local economy. Thank you for confirming that. Because I need everybody to take action. Take notes, but more importantly, take action. Don't just take notes. Because I'm never ever going to come back and test you for what you heard. My joy and satisfaction will be based on how many of you took immediate action and resolve in your mind that you are going to implement some of this at least. So I'm going to share a link later. I just want to make sure that you understand the why and the what. That nobody's going to fool you into thinking this. Okay, now let me show you black people, white women, black women that have already gotten the 6-figure. Look at it here. Like I said, I'm first of time. Look at it. These are the 7 non-coding. You don't need to learn how to code. 7 of them. 7 non-coding tech jobs that pays you $100,000. That was in 2022. 6-figure tech job without coding. You don't need to know how to code. There are 3 for women that really fits women. Top 3 tech jobs that do not, in capital letter, require coding or computer science degree. All you require is 10 and that curiosity. Grab the screen. This is not my saying. Because if you're a product manager or you are trained to be a product manager, or you are a project manager, or you are UX, U for uniform, X for zero, researcher, or you are UX designer or UI designer. Listen, I can bore you today. I just want to talk about generalities today. But I can bore you to death with jobs that recruiters are contacting me. I'm at home, Amazon phoned me on my private phone asking, who do I have for a 6-figure job? Amazon phoned me on my phone. No reason to be poor. So capture the screen and go and find out whether it's true, or I'm trying to encourage you, or I'm trying to inspire you. This is not inspiration. I'm not here to motivate you. I just want you to confront the truth. So I'm not telling you now, as I'm talking to you here, we've had to give one individual 2 jobs, each of them paying 6-figure sums a year. You thought I was saying, you thought I was joking? That's a black man. He's looking at 10 high-paying jobs for 6 figures without a degree. Without a degree. You needed a degree before COVID. After COVID, they will yank you out of your department and give you a job and ask you to join anytime you're happy. They yank you out. So I hope you've seen all of this. Those of you on the Zoom call, you've seen it. Those of you on Facebook Live, you can go on Facebook Live, you've seen it there. And if you want it, those of us in Clubhouse, I can share the link with you. If you are in on Twitter Spaces, again, we'll make it available to you in all platforms. Don't you ever listen to mainstream news. Some of you have been listening too much to some mainstream. I don't want to name them by name. Say, oh, there's a recession. There's a recession. Of course, there's a recession. Of course, there's a recession. But your economy is based on a new possession. Listen to this. If you use the old economy, there's a recession. But the new is on a recession. Can you see the 21-year-old? 21-year-old landed a six-figure job. Look at it there. Look at that. 21-year-old black boy. A six-figure at 21. And the grandparents worked all their lives. They couldn't do it. The parents worked, they couldn't do it. How was he able to do it? That's the power of STEM. So that's the graph I was showing you earlier on. 18 is the median year. Monaco, the average age is 53.1. 53.1 is the age of the citizens of Monaco. How can they use technology to power their economy? They can't. They're too old. Africa has 18. So you can see why they drive the Shatima program, dreamt up by Microsoft, is harvesting the best talents from the best location. In Japan, is 47.3. That is the average age. Instead of them to give birth to more children, they believe they can get robots to do it. In Canada, it's 42.2. They don't have enough youths that has the energy to drive their economy. So they're not doing you a favor. You're doing them a favor by putting your skills forward to develop their economy. So thank you very much. I want to pause here. Or should I show you Nick? I want to pause here and now just see whether I can give you Nick's details. For those of you that are still in doubt, I will show you Nick's details, the 17-year-old that cut it. Oh, that's Ken Olisa. Okay, this is Nick. Let me show you this. I'm going to show you this. This will be on evil if I don't show you this. So that you take this and put in the poster on your house. And anytime anybody tells you that you are poor, anytime anybody tells you you are poor, look them straight in the eye. That was a mentality you had before. You no longer have it. Okay, so if you have any questions on my remarks so far, please go ahead and ask your question. If you have any question, put it in the chat box. If you have any questions, at least any questions that pertains to how you, in your current position and your current location, current position and current location, can easily go ahead and acquire these skills and then use this skill to generate a six-figure job.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. Down at this point, I would like to first and foremost ask that everyone mute their audio and video, please, so we do not distract the flow of the conversation and the session. Susan will be moderating the question and the answers. So please, if you have any questions for Prof, kindly type them in the chat section and we will read it out and Prof will take it from learn. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you so much, Prof. Thank you so much. We are waiting for the questions.
Oh, somebody's asking on Twitter Spaces, what is the full acronym? What does STEM stands for? Is the old school called it sciences and mathematics. That's what the old school called it. But now everybody calls it science, technology, which is the application of science, engineering, which is a further application of science to problem solve, and then mathematics, which is a problem solving queen. So it's a big word to confuse the innocent, but it's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And you don't need to have read these subjects at all to be able to work in the new field.
So the questions are coming in, sir. I'm just going to take them as we receive them. Okay. The first one says, for those without tech knowledge, how can they benefit from this paradigm shift?
Have a curious mind. Know that your mind has to be renewed because you don't have a tech qualifications that you can use a cell phone. You don't have an automobile engineering degree that you can drive a car. So it's the utility and the application that is more important than you knowing this is a hard drive. This is the motherboard. That knowledge is good, but it's not what is needed after COVID. I don't know whether that answers the question. That technical knowledge is good, but nobody gets hired for that now. Because the skills that are transferable are the ones that the industry is looking for, especially now that most people can work from home. Is everybody seeing my slide? Can you all see my slide? Type yes if you can see my slide of myself and the young man inside, because this young man does not have that technical skill. Look at him. Invited by the husband of the queen, Prince Philip of blessed memory. That's Nick there. Please, I need you to take that URL. There is a website link. There's a web link there. I need you to take that web link, go and check whether the story I told you now about Nick is a story to encourage you or is a fact. That photograph of me and Nick there was taken inside Buckingham Palace after a reception given to us by Prince Philip, the late Prince Philip. The Queen was there, Prince Andrew was there, Prince Charles was there, William was there. That photograph, please, I need you to screen capture it, is evidence that a young man like that became a multi-millionaire without a technical skill. He's not been to university. He was not even old enough by routine university standard to go into a university. So have an open mind. Thank you.
I hope that the person who dropped that question, please comment to let me know if Prof has answered that question to satisfy your curiosity. I have another question. The question says, thank you so much, Prof. How do we get access to the trainings to acquire the skills that the STEM program offers?
If you put hashtag STEM jobs in the chat box, we will send you a link to an Eventbrite registration saying you want assistance from us, because you don't need to have the assistance for us. This is not about me. This is not about us. It's about you knowing and taking the appropriate action. But if you want our mentorship, and you want to have access to our mentorship and to our resources, including a recent interview by Dr. Anne-Marie Mafidon, and we don't have time. There's an interview because we had we spent some time. Jack Dorsey, the CEO and founder of Twitter, and CEO and founder of other tech companies in Silicon Valley. We were all together in London chatting, and there was an interview and a discussion that took place between my daughter and Jack Dorsey. You need to hear that. How can one website make somebody a billionaire? One website. I mean, when you hear that story, it just knocks all the excuses off you. And he did not even graduate college, by the way. Jack Dorsey, you know him. Billionaire Jack Dorsey. Go and Google it now. The first name is J for Jack, A for Alpha, C for Gold, K for Kilo, Jack, and the surname is Dorsey. Dorsey. He's the founder of Twitter. He follows me on Twitter. You need to hear when he shared this story. In fact, there's a slide here. Sorry, I know that a lot of us are rushing because of time. I had about 172 slides. We just managed to cover the first 50. We will, but if you come on the program, we'll take you through each step by step. We'll hold your hand. You will stumble, but if you fall 10 times, you better get up 10 times. That is the resilience that brings innovation to any field. Thank you. I don't know whether that answers your question. Yeah, go ahead.
I hope that answers your question, Nelson. So please reach out to Prof. I'm just going to take, for the benefit of time, I'm just going to rush through some of the questions we have here. Someone said, please, sir, we just got 4 of the transferable skills, the C's. Please, can you recap on the C's that you shared earlier?
Okay, that's fine. Because can you ask all that difficult questions? That's too easy. This whole video, this whole interaction is recorded and available to you on multiple platforms. So you can watch the replay, the replay on Zoom or on Facebook, is on Twitter Spaces, is on Clubhouse. So I'll send you a link. Just send me DM me a link later, your name, and I'll send you a link. You'll be able to see all call 5 of them that the industry requires. Ask me more.
All right, sir. Someone says, I'm a graduate of, thank you so much, sir. This is the prize session for me. Please, sir, I'm a young graduate of petroleum engineering technology, but I really have a good grasp on the use of the system. Please, sir, what skill can I give attention and what platform can I learn from, even if I need to sign up and learn? Thank you.
Thank you for your curiosity. I salute you. The word you are using there is learn. The word you are using there is learn. If you drop the first letter, it's earn. If you are able to learn, you are able to earn. Please put that down. I salute you. And again, I want everyone here, if you're keen, you can go on the Eventbrite. I'll make that available at the end in the chat box. Go on the Eventbrite and register. Go on the Eventbrite and register. Or get your friend that is unemployed to go on the Eventbrite and register. What I need, you already have. You have the willingness to learn. If you were able to come on this call, did you go on a Zoom course to learn how to use Zoom? You learned it organically. When you got a new phone, did you go on a course to learn how to use the new phone? No. You were intuitive. You are an intuitive learner. That means you carry in you a spirit of excellence. You don't strive for excellence. You don't. I have evidence today to show that because you did not go on a course on how to use Zoom, and those of you listening to me on Facebook, did you go on a course on how to use Facebook? If you're on Clubhouse, did you go on a course on how to use Clubhouse or Twitter Spaces? No, you didn't. You had transferable skills. You can click. The economy now responds to click and portal rather than bricks and mortar. Before, you had to have bricks and mortar. That's it. You have to have real estate to be wealthy. But right now, the great wealth transfer has moved on to my people perish because they lack knowledge. They are ignorant of some facts. So you prosper because you pursue knowledge. You pursue understanding and you pursue wisdom. And from the way you're hungry, loaded in that question is that hunger. We will hold your hands and make sure that if you can go on this course today, if you came on this course today, you will get a qualification online from the best universities on the planet, and we'll guide you through that. Because the first time you do it, you might be unsure. Second time, you might stumble. Third time, you'll be better until you get better and better, and you become a testimonial to the world to see. Just like Nick Afonso. Okay. I hope that answers. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, a couple of people are interested in the training, and they've indicated that in the chat. But I have one final question.
Okay.
Someone is saying, how do I, as one who read engineering, how do I create six-figure tech job from Nigeria? I'm good in transferring knowledge. I'm good in transferring knowledge and into telecommunication.
Oh, the person read engineering?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, the person studied engineering.
Okay.
How do I create six-figure tech job from Nigeria?
I have teenagers. Their postcode is YABA. The postcode where they live. And the other one is LEKKI. So if they are able to do it from a relevant postcode that you're familiar with, all you need to do with the new information you have, with the new mentality you have, look at your phone again. Did you download the app that I gave you about Flight Radar? I need you to also download the app called Twitter. If you don't have Twitter on your phone, it's a sin. I want you to download Twitter, and I need you to follow Wall Street Journal, and then put automatic notification on Wall Street Journal, because it's going to give you business news. It's not going to give you entertainment news right now. Since you read engineering, we are going to see where the big problems are, and we're going to work with you to start solving problems. Crisis is the quickest path to cash. Please write this down. Crisis. When there's a crisis, when there's a problem, inside that crisis is the quickest way to cash. The bigger the problem you confront, the bigger the reward you are going to get. Okay, let me give you one problem right now. Since you're in engineering, you can get your friends to sit down and start puzzling over it, just thinking about the problem. How the Apple phone can be simulated in an Android so that you have security. Because as I'm talking to you now, there are security issues with Android. You need to have an antivirus device on the Android. I'll just give you a practical example. Because in Africa, over 98% of cell phone owners are based on Android in Africa right now. So if you are able to solve that, in India, 97.8% use Android. So one Android app you design is able to meet cross-continental needs of individuals. And how do you do it? You test, you try, you modify, you try. You test, you try. Again, we show you that. I teach teenagers how to write a virus in an afternoon. We give them a signature on how to write a virus, and after that, they start writing what is called antivirus. So they write a virus, they launch it, and they put an antivirus to defeat it. It's fun to them. But that's the problem that you are creating and you are solving. So that you have the mind, you are building your muscle to solve problems. And very easily, cybersecurity firms will pick you up because everybody wants their computer to be secure. All the corporate owners want their computers to be secure. I'll take a question also from those on Twitter Spaces. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sorry, there's a question here. I don't know if it's the same person, but I doubt it. Said, I am a network professional and aspiring EISS. Where is it? It's disappeared. I think I'll look for it again. Go ahead, sir. I'll look for it again and read it out later. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the question that are coming through on Twitter, because we are so many people on Twitter. I was just expecting about 4 or 5 people, but the whole place is crowded. Thank you for the question you're asking. Okay, you're asking the direct link between using devices, directly between using devices and monetizing it. Thank you. Shade Kenny, SEETEM. Okay, join the space. Dr. Jones Esther, Empower 6-figure, STEM jobs. Okay, I think I need to share this slide with you. Can you all see the new slides? I'm sharing a slide with you of myself and Jack Dorsey, of myself and Bloomberg. So some of you have heard about Bloomberg. Someone is asking about information and monetization. Can you see the photograph there of the gentleman below? Yes, please, sir. Capture the screen. His name is Michael Bloomberg. In this dinner, we have with Michael Bloomberg up at the supper time in central London. The discussion we had that cracked me up in jokes was this. If you have information today and put it in context so that it solves another person's problem, you are on the road to being a multimillionaire. That's what Bloomberg said. This is what he said. I mean, he joked about it on this the image you can see here, but it has significant truth because Michael Bloomberg, I know some of you have heard about Bloomberg. Please go now and type BLOOMBERG, Bloomberg. He is the CEO, or he used to be the CEO, he's now the chairman. He's the chairman and founder of Bloomberg. They have terminals. They influence the stock markets all over the world. They have financial information put in context. That's all he said is those. So if you're a medical doctor, or you're an architect, or you're a physician, or you're a pharmacist, or you're a dentist, or you're an optometrist, whatever specialist field you're in, if you get information and put it in context so that your niche understands it, guess what Forbes says? Can you see the photograph of the Forbes magazine? They say Americans' best entrepreneurs. They are people that put information in context. And that's what, you see that Jack Dorsey, can you see how he looks? Look at what he's wearing in our discussion here in the UK, the founder of Twitter. Information that he curates and makes available on Twitter, that's what makes Elon Musk want to offer billions of dollars for one site, ladies and gentlemen. The name of the website is www.twitter.com. That one website is going for billions of dollars. Don't believe what I'm saying. I'm begging you, don't believe what I'm saying. I need you to go to Google and type in Twitter, type in Jack Dorsey, type in Elon Musk, and read the first 3 outputs, organic outputs. You won't go to bed again tonight. You will get annoyed with yourself and you will wake up because you have been asleep all your life. You slept enough. It's time for you to wake up and take over because you were born to dominate the earth. You weren't born to be a servant. Some people say, oh, I'm a civil servant. No, you were not born to serve. You were born to dominate, take authority. And these people that are billionaire friends, I have had breakfast with billionaire friends. I have had lunch with billionaire friends. I have had dinner with billionaire friends. They are not any smarter than any of you hearing the sound of my voice. Please take it from me. They are not any smarter whatsoever than you. The qualities they have were the ones I outlined earlier. They are curious, they are probing, they are creative, they try, they fail, they get up. They fail, they get up. They fail, you get up. You're not supposed to fail and just sit down. You're supposed to fail and get up. Most of you were supposed to graduate college at the age of 12. And most of your children will graduate college at the age of 12. If you understand those principles. Okay, so I hope that answers that question. Thank you, that's a great question. Please, if you have any more questions, put them in the chat box. If you're on Twitter, I plead with you, go straight now to that comment section and put your question there. We are going to banish ignorance and we're going to liberate our people so that they can prosper.
Prophet, I have a question. Someone is asking, how do I join the mentorship program and what is the cost?
There are different levels of it. I'm just going to put the link there. What is the cost? The cost to you is not having a 6-figure. The cost to you is not having a 6-figure job right now. Or not running a 7-figure business. If you're a business person, you can right now, as I'm talking to you right now, you can easily start a training institute to give skills to some of the undergraduate students that have been on strike since February. I heard that I almost fell off my seat. Some individuals somewhere in Africa have been on strike since February. I said, for goodness sake, what are the adults doing? What are the adults doing? If I go hold of any of those strikers, both the strikers and the strikees, I'll give them something to do every day. I'll give them a problem to solve. After 15 days, I know they'll come up with a problem, with a solution. And with that, we take it to the market. Give them something to do. You can't be on for. I've never been able to understand that. And then you're on strike and you're not able to pay your wages and bills. No, you've got to be creative. So I'm just sharing the links now for people that are keen on joining the program and taking it further, because there are basic things you need to do. They are very basic, they're not hard. Either way hard, only the bright will be able to do it. Only the smart people will be able to do it. So I have somebody that fell off the bike. She was riding the bike, she fell off the bike. So that tells you that person cannot ride a bike. If you can ride a bike here, that means you can balance yourself on the bicycle. You are smart enough to earn more than that person. And that person is a 6-figure earner right now. They fell off a bike. So if you can ride a bike, please don't let anyone deceive you. And those of you, thank you. Those of you asking, if you want to work in Germany, do you need to be able to speak the language? Who cares? Just need a skill. How hard is German anyway? Anybody can learn the language in 5 working days. So don't be afraid of your so-called not being able to speak German, because you can learn German in 5 days. We have an accelerated program for language learning, so you don't need to be a super duper expert in German to be able to get it.
Sir.
Yes.
I found the question I was going to ask earlier.
Go ahead.
The question says, I'm a network professional and aspiring CISSP. Please, where can I get more job from Nigeria? Yes, that's the question.
You can double up as a security in cybersecurity. You can easily double up in cybersecurity, very, very easily. Very easily. If you're a network person, you're a network engineer, all you need to do is get some certification in cybersecurity. Now, if you really want to go the long route, right? If you want to take a short route, it's totally different. Because I mentioned virology earlier and I was talking about antiviruses. If you can come up with tools that includes firewall to be able to secure a network remotely. So you have remote tools. That means somebody will sit by their computer somewhere in Europe and you can tell them what to do. You tell them what to click on and tell them what to click on. And eventually they will be able to follow what you're saying. You know, you can sit where you are right now and be able to control and monitor network activities. You know that, right? As a network engineer, right? So if you know that, then you can exploit that, because there are tools available to you today that allows you to control network remotely, and therefore tell the owners of the network their points of vulnerability. That means where are they likely going to be attacked, or who is going to monitor the attack. And you know, there is a lot of cyber the server and knock down from time to time. So I need all of you to please understand that question that the gentleman asked, because it's a very interesting question. The network engineer is able to look at devices that are linked one to the other in multiple locations and control what is happening. That you already have a pre-existing skill. So for you to go ahead, therefore, and go and get an international job is very, very easy. Very easy. Because you have pre-existing knowledge. All you need to do is just build on it and pivot into either network programming, or you want to do security. Security is one path I will advise you to do. And then you hook up with recommendation with headhunters on an app that we're going to discuss during the program. The program we're going to go and do from now on is practical. I'm not going to talk like this. You're going to be in the room with yourself by your computer. We're going to give you a link. You click on it, and then you do activities. You carry out events. And once you carry out that event, we'll build your portfolio on Slack. Slack is the senior brother of WhatsApp, and WhatsApp is the junior brother of Telegram. For those of you that are familiar with Telegram, you'll know what Telegram does and how Telegram can assist you. So you have that available on Slack. I will show you how to use Slack. Again, anyone that has used WhatsApp can use Slack. Anybody that has used WhatsApp can use Slack. I'm saying this again. Slack is just a senior brother to WhatsApp. And you show your conversations, and you show the skills, you show what you're doing, and everybody sees it. And you get multiple jobs just using that. So for coming on this call today, I'm going to ask you to please, when you are booking for this next level, use a code, a discount code to register. And the discount code is STEM to register. I'm putting it now in the chat box for those of you that are on Zoom. But if you're not on Zoom, if you responded to any of the things I told you earlier, we'll also make that available to you. And if you do it before, in the next 24 hours, that particular code will work. After 24 hours, it's done. It goes back to the market value because the course is oversubscribed. Like you know, there are a lot of people that want to be able to convert their skills. So if you are on Eventbrite, I need all of you that are on Eventbrite. So if you're on Zoom, I'll just put it now. Can you see it? Thanks for your interest. Get more details. I put a link there. Thanks for your interest. Get more details about the 6-figure job with that link and use its postcode, the special discount STEM to register. And that will indicate that you're coming from today's group. After 24 hours, it's done. I can't do anything about it. Those of you on Twitter, I'm going to DM that, all of you. If you can DM me, hashtag STEM, I will send you the link. Those of you on Twitter. Those of you on Facebook, please put it in your, make sure you put it in your comment box. If you're listening to me on Facebook, put it in the comment box. We have exceeded our time, but I'm sorry, what we're discussing was important. And I want to thank you for your enthusiasm and your patience. I know some of you had to travel long distances to get to a place where you can get good data coverage. I salute you for that, and I respect your time. So if you have any other question, this conversation continues. This class is not ending. It continues. What you need to do is hashtag STEM jobs, hashtag my last name in any of the social media, and I will respond. Because why? I have an AI bot that is able to automatically respond to your questions and your queries anyway. Because we are all AI now, all of us have some form of intelligent, artificial intelligence attached to our devices. So Joy, do you want to say the closing remarks to our friends that joined us via Zoom? Joy, are you anywhere near your phone?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much, sir. On behalf of everyone, I would like to say a big thank you to Professor Chris for taking out time from busy schedule. I can attest to the fact that he is a very, very busy man. Thank you, sir, for this that you have done for us. We pray that the Almighty God will continue to uphold you, that His grace and His anointing upon your life, that honor and favor will always.
If you're on YouTube, I want to salute you for this opportunity. And I need all of you right now to go to the comment section. Go to the comment section if you're listening to this on YouTube. And I need you to quickly log in onto the comment section and type in the word STEM jobs. I need you to type in STEM jobs. Go type in. Thank you for the pleasure of your company. We love you. We're excited that you stayed on this long, and it's not over until it is over. It's not over until you're able to knock down that six-figure job or knock down the 7-figure business. So don't forget, right now, go to the comment section and write in STEM, STEM, JOBS, STEM jobs. And also, if you're thinking of training some people in some skills, or you're a business-minded individual, hashtag STEM Biz. Go type in hashtag STEM Biz if you're an entrepreneur or a current business owner. Just type in hashtag STEMBIZ in the comment section. Thank you for the pleasure.